Hello everyone and welcome back to another session by SSB Crack Exams on daily current affairs for 16th of June. So let's start talking about SSB Crack Exams. So this is a one-stop solution for all the major differentiated examinations like FCAT, NDA, CDS, etc. For more details regarding the courses that we offer, you can visit our website learn.ssbcrackexams.com. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel wherein you'll get all the regular current affair videos and other videos related to defense examinations. Further, you can also follow us on Instagram and do not forget to download our Android app from Google Play Store SSB Crack Exams. Now let's start. So we shall start with the question of the day from yesterday's session. So I asked you guys about what is Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana. So this Yojana, basically it was proposed back in the year 2003 and it was approved in March 2006. So remember these years. And this Yojana basically aims at correcting the imbalances in the availability of affordable healthcare facilities in different parts of the country in general and augmenting facilities for quality medical education in the underserved states in particular, right? So various government medical institutes like AIMS also, these all the construction of these all institutes also comes under this particular Yojana only. Okay, now moving ahead, we shall start our articles for today. So first of all, India's foreign trade for May 2020, the report has been released, and India's overall exports, including the merchandise and the service sector combined in April and May season of 2020-21 year, is estimated to be $61.57 billion, which has showed a negative growth of 33.66%, right? And this is as compared to the same period, that is April May for the year last year, that is 2019 to 20. So overall exports have shown a decline. As far as imports is concerned, so for April and May 2021, they have also showed a negative growth of more than the exports, that is minus 48.31% is negative growth in imports. Also, it is estimated to be at the value of $57.19 billion. So now we will see in detail what all have been the effect in the various sectors. So first of all, if you look at the merchandise sector, so the exports total has been of estimated value $19.05 billion, and this is for the month of May 2020, and this is again as compared to the previous years, May 2019, there has been a negative growth of 36.47%, except for iron ore, drugs, pharmaceuticals department, spices and rice. Each and every other merchandise sector has seen a growth. Only these are the sectors uh, in which we have seen a positive growth, which is a very good sign. So we all know drugs and pharmaceuticals, we have seen positive growth because due to the increased amount of exports due to COVID-19 pandemic and the requirement of drugs like hydrochloroquine and all, right? So this has been a good sign in the drugs and pharmaceutical sector for India. Further, if we talk about the imports in the merchandise sector, so basically the major contributor to India's import is the crude oil section, and overall percentage decline in the imports is 51.05 sector for merchandise sector I'm talking about. And this is mainly affected by the lack of demand in the oil and crude supply for this country, and which is actually there is a lack of demand for fuel and crude oil all across the globe, right? So that impact has also been seen in the import bills of India, and this has been lowered by 71.98%, specifically, particularly if I talk about oil imports only. So it has been declined by 71.98%, and the only and the sole reason being, and the major reason in fact being, the fact that there has been a very sharp decline in the demand of the crude oil all across the country. Now, moving on, if we talk about the trade and services, then exports again in this sector is estimated at $16.45 billion for $16.45 billion, and it has also shown a negative growth of 8.92%. However, the imports for this sector have shown also a negative growth of 18.43 percentage. Right now, if we talk about the overall trade balance, that is the balance between the export and import, so this has been a good and a positive sign for Indian economy, that as compared to previous years deficit of $17.84 billion, India this year has this year has managed to make a surplus of $4.37 billion, which is a very good sign for the Indian economy. Right now, this is the news from India's foreign trade, which was released by RBI. Now, moving on to our next news, which is the index numbers for wholesale price in India for the month of May. So what is this? This is basically an index which is released every month by the Office of Economic Advisor, which comes under DPIIT, which is Promotion of Industry, and Department of Promotion for Industry and Internal Trade. And it has released this index, and these are basically the provisional figures of wholesale price index. Remember this particular keyword, and this is released every month on 14th, right? But it has been, of course, delayed. See, the final result for the month of March has been released, but only the provisional data for the month of April and May has been released as of now. So the annual rate of inflation according to that is based basically on monthly WPI, which is wholesale price index, and it is at minus 3.21% owing to the overall or the nationwide lockdown due to coronavirus. And this is provisional for May 2020 this year. Right, and this was actually 2.79% if you'll compare it with May 2019 data. So this has been a difference in this year. If you look at the table, which was also released in the report by DPIIT, so if you look at the tables, various sectors you can see. For example, for the month of March, if I'll only look at the month of March, inflation in primary articles has been positive, fuel and power has been negative. Manufactured products, the inflation again is positive, and in WPI for food index has also seen a significant growth in the inflation rate. The only you can say the negative inflation is shown in the sector of fuel and power, as you can clearly see for the month of March also, for the month of April also, and for the month of May also. And the major contributor to the reason that why fuel and power sector has been again seeing a negative inflation is only because of the fact that there has been a sharp decline in the demand for crude oil, or be it the power country. As we all know that in the month of March or April or during the lockdown period, various industries and factories and corporate offices were closed due to lockdown, right? So there has been a decline in the demand for that. Now moving on to our next news, which is that India has joined global partnership on artificial intelligence, that is GPAI in short. It is also pronounced as GPAI, right? So remember this. This is the pronunciation for that. Now it has joined the leading economies. For GPAI already has member countries as USA, UK, European Union, Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Mexico, New Zealand, South Korea, Singapore, and countries like these of stature of that kind of economy are already a part of GPAI. And India has also joined now, and of course they have joined to launch the global partnership on AI, which is entirely and purely related to artificial intelligence. Now this is nothing but an international and multi-stakeholder initiative to guide responsible development and use of AI. We all know about the future scope and potential in the technology of artificial intelligence, grounded in human rights, inclusion, diversity, innovation, and economic growth at the same time. Further, this is also first initiative of its own type for evolving better understanding of the challenges and opportunities around artificial intelligence using the experience and diversity of participating countries. Right now, this initiative will look to bridge the gap or reduce the gap between theory and practice on artificial intelligence. So many of you at this particular stage, many of us have been taught about artificial intelligence, but they lack the practical knowledge about that. So there has been a initiative, and this initiative will majorly focus upon bridging that gap and reducing that gap between the theoretical and practical knowledge by supporting cutting edge research and applied activities on AI related priorities. Right now, moving on to our next news. So Indian Gas Exchange, which is the first nationwide online delivery based gas trading platform, has finally been launched by the Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas and Steel, who is currently Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, and he has launched this. And in short, this is also written as IGX and not IGE. So remember this. The platform is fully automated with web-based interface to provide seamless trading experience for the customers, obviously. Now there will be market-driven pricing mechanism, and IGX, that is the Indian Gas Exchange, will play a bigger role towards realizing a free market for gases also. Now, this will be the biggest indicator of centre's progressive policy, as it will complete centre, by centre I mean central government's progressive policy, as it completes the entire energy value chain which is related and which is associated with the gas production, be it starting from the multiple sources and imports of LNG from different parts of the globe to having a transparent price mechanism, which has a very which has always been a talk of the topic ever since the supply chain of food and natural gas or LNG cylinders has been there in our system. Now, this is also in accordance with the PM's or the Prime Minister's vision to provide energy justice to the people of India, and basically to provide sustainable and adequate amount of energy to each and every household. Further, another news, kind of informative news, was that the central government for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released stages of vaccine development. So they have released basically the procedures of how the vaccine is developed from scratch, and basically they have divided the entire process into 6 different parts: exploratory, preclinical, clinical development, regulatory review and approval, manufacturing, and quality control. So I'll give you a very brief about that. So first of all, the very first stage is the exploratory stage. In this, this is basically the research intensive phase of vaccine development process designed to identify basically natural or synthetic antigens that might help prevent or treat that particular disease that is basically identified in this particular stage or the first phase. The second one is the preclinical. In this, researchers use tissue culture or cell culture systems and animal testing to determine whether the candidate vaccine will produce immunity or not. So we all know that for animal testing, we can use various animals, like we can use rats and various rodents. Then also in some cases, in very severe cases, we can also use monkeys and chimpanzees, as they belong to almost the same family as the humans do. So the results will be more or less the same. Now, the third phase is the clinical development. In clinical development, we have 3 more phases, in which the phase 1 is basically small group of people receive the trial vaccine after the animal testing. Then phase 2 is the clinical study is expanded. These trial vaccines is also expanded, and it is now given to thousands of people who have characteristics like those for whom the new vaccine is intended. For example, at present scenario, this will be tested on those patients which are already tested positive for coronavirus. The phase 3 is the vaccine is given to thousands of people and tested for efficacy and safety. How efficient that particular vaccine is, it is tested on thousands of people. After that, the next phase is the regulatory review and approval. That is, for example, whatever the vaccine is made, they will be sent to biologics license application. They will be made to fill the biologics license application for the approval. For example, any vaccine which will be developed in India as of now, they will have to fill this application to ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, who will of course approve of that particular vaccine, whether it is suitable for production or not. After the approval is done, they will be sent for manufacturing, and that too for mass manufacturing, and they will be manufactured in mass quantities. Then major drug manufacturers will be provided with they will provide infrastructure or the personal and equipment, whatever equipment which is necessary or which is required for the mass production, that will be provided. Further, the last stage and the last phase is the quality control. That is, stakeholders must adhere to the procedures that allow them to track whether a vaccine which has been manufactured already in mass number of quantity is actually performing as anticipated or as expected or not. So these are all the 6 procedures by which or through which a vaccine development takes place, and that is how you can imagine why the vaccine development takes so much of time. Right. Now, moving on to our next article, and the last one is the basic current COVID-19 situation in India. So as of 16th of June 2028 AM, the total number of confirmed cases is 3,43,091, out of which 1,53,000 is the current active cases. And The recovered number of cases has also increased and it has crossed the 1,80,000 barrier mark, which is a very good sign. Unfortunately, the number of death is very close to 10,000 mark. Now moving on to our next segment, which is the quiz time. The first question for you guys is, when was the Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana was approved? So it was approved back in the year 2006, but although it was proposed in the year 2003, but it was approved in the year 2006. So the correct answer is option C. Further, India recently joined GPAI, which is related to, now GPAI is Global Partnership for Artificial Intelligence. From AI also you can directly see. So the correct answer is option A, artificial intelligence. The next question is, the wholesale price index is released every month on 14th of that particular month. So the correct answer is option D. Now the last section of this particular session is the question of the day for you guys, and you have to define what is this inflation that we talked about today in one of the articles. Write your answer in the comment section, and the correct answer to which I'll explain it to you in the next session, tomorrow's session. Till then, thank you, be safe, Jai Hind.